Hey everyone, welcome back to T Facts. Today we have some intriguing stories about Savannah Chrisley and her family's ongoing legal battles that are making headlines. Let's dive right into our first story. First up, we have some mixed reactions from fans regarding Savannah Chrisley's recent pleas for prayers for her parents' pardons. As she aims to get to the White House for help, it seems many fans aren't supporting her efforts. What does this mean for the Chrisleys, and why are fans throwing shade? Let's find out. Next, we're exploring Savannah Chrisley's determination to get her parents pardoned. She's been actively working behind the scenes, hoping for intervention from key political figures. How far is she willing to go to secure their release, and has she made any progress? Stick around as we break it down. Moving on, our third story highlights the personal toll of this situation. Savannah shares the heartbreaking news that her parents haven't spoken to each other in over 2 years. With their separate prison sentences, what challenges is Savannah facing as she supports her younger siblings? You won't want to miss her emotional insights. Finally, we take a closer look at how Savannah is reportedly working with Donald Trump's team in her fight for her parents. With Chloe's awareness of their predicament, Savannah's motivation is stronger than ever. What strategies is she employing, and what can we expect from this political push? Let's dive in. Stay tuned as we unpack each of these stories in detail. Let's kick things off with our first story about Savannah Chrisley and the mixed reactions she's receiving from fans. Recently, Savannah took to social media to ask for prayers as she attempts to secure a pardon for her parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, who are currently serving time in federal prison for tax evasion and fraud. While Savannah is trying to create awareness for her parents' situation and seeking support from the public, many fans aren't exactly on board with her approach. Many are criticizing her for what they perceive as an inconsiderate plea for prayers, especially considering the serious nature of the charges against her parents. Some fans have expressed that they feel the Chrisleys deserve to face the consequences of their actions, leading to a significant backlash against Savannah's request. Amid a snowstorm impacting large parts of the United States, Savannah's urgency to get to a scheduled lunch at the White House to lobby for her parents has drawn further criticism. Many are questioning the timing of her request for prayers, wondering if it's more about her personal aspirations than about her parents' well-being. Despite the negative feedback, Savannah remains hopeful and determined. She believes that her trip could be a pivotal moment in her fight for her parents' freedom. Yet the stark contrast in opinions from fans leaves Savannah in a challenging position. Will her efforts bear fruit, or will the public's disapproval weigh heavily on her journey? Stay tuned as we keep you updated on this developing story. Now, let's move on to our second story, where we dive deeper into Savannah Chrisley's relentless efforts to secure a pardon for her parents. Savannah has made it clear that she is leaving no stone unturned in her quest. She believes that her parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, should be pardoned, and she is working diligently to bring attention to their case. The Chrisleys were sentenced to a combined 19 years in federal prison for serious charges, including tax evasion and fraud. Savannah asserts that her parents did not receive a fair trial, claiming there was corruption in the legal processes surrounding their case. She has even stated that they have maintained their innocence throughout the ordeal, which has fueled her determination to fight for their release. Savannah's advocacy has ramped up significantly as she attempts to establish connections within political circles, specifically with members of the Republican Party. She is hopeful that garnering support from influential figures may lead to a successful outcome. In her own words, she mentioned, "I know that I am going through the proper channels to do so, and I'm going to bring as much awareness to it as possible because these things should not." With ongoing efforts to raise public awareness and support, Savannah remains focused on her goal. She has expressed her determination to continue fighting for her parents, even while balancing her responsibilities as the caregiver for her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe. As she takes these significant steps, her journey serves as a poignant reminder of the personal stakes involved for the entire Chrisley family. Stay tuned as we'll keep you posted on whether Savannah's hard work will lead to any changes in her parents' legal situation. Next up, we bring you a heartbreaking update in our third story about Savannah Chrisley and her family's struggles during this challenging time. Savannah recently opened up about the emotional toll of her parents' imprisonment, revealing that Todd and Julie Chrisley have not spoken to each other in over 2 years. This separation has been incredibly difficult for the family, especially given that Todd and Julie have been married for nearly 30 years. In a candid interview, Savannah expressed her sorrow about their situation, saying, "They don't get to speak. It's been 2 years and they haven't spoken a word to each other. That's been a challenge. That should never happen." This painful reality highlights the struggles families face when one or more members are incarcerated, emphasizing the emotional distance created by such circumstances. Both Todd and Julie are serving lengthy sentences, Todd for 12 years and Julie for 7 years, after being found guilty of bank fraud and tax evasion. While their sentences were recently reduced, the ongoing separation from one another and their family continues to weigh heavily on Savannah and her siblings. The Bureau of Prisons typically promotes the idea of keeping families together, but Savannah believes this has not been the case for her parents. As Savannah takes on the role of primary caregiver for her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, she faces a multitude of challenges while trying to maintain a semblance of normalcy. Savannah often shares her experience visiting her parents, where the logistics of scheduling visits can be difficult, especially due to their separate placements in prisons located far apart. In her emotional reflections, Savannah mentioned the hardships of saying goodbye after visits. She noted the joy her siblings feel during these moments, but the pain of separation quickly sets in. That's the tough part, turning your back and walking away, and knowing that they're not coming with you. Her resilience shines through as she continues to support her family and hold on to hope for a brighter future. Stay tuned as we explore more insights into Savannah's journey and how she navigates these challenging dynamics in the Chrisley family. Finally, we arrive at our fourth story, focusing on Savannah Chrisley's ongoing attempts to work with Donald Trump's team in her fight for her parents' pardons. As she rallies support and seeks allies in high places, Savannah is determined to bring attention to her family's struggle and advocate for their release. Savannah has been vocal about her connection to Trump and her hopes that he may listen to her family's case. She expressed how important it is for her younger sister Chloe to see her family reunited. In her own words, she recalled, "Chloe, she saw all the January Sixers get pardoned on TV, and she was like, is it our turn next? And that's what I have to fight for." This sentiment has galvanized Savannah's resolve to not only pursue justice for her parents, but also provide Chloe with a sense of hope and security. Working closely with the Republican Party, Savannah has attended events and spoken publicly, aiming to create relationships that could help in her quest for a pardon. She noted, "Now that I have worked with President Trump's team, I'm bringing all of this to his awareness, and it sucks." Despite the challenges she's facing, Savannah remains optimistic that their situation can turn around. However, Savannah's journey is not without its struggles. The backlash she faces from fans who believe her parents should serve their sentences adds another layer of complexity to her already difficult mission. Some critics remind her that not everyone has the privilege of visiting loved ones in prison, which can make her pleas feel tone deaf to those who are less fortunate. As Savannah continues to navigate the political landscape and work on her family's behalf, she stands firm in her belief that they deserve a chance at redemption. Her story is one of resilience, hope, and the lengths a daughter will go to secure her family's future. Stay tuned as we keep following Savannah's journey and the developments surrounding her parents' pardons.